Hello and welcome again to Simple Ways for Maintenance. Today we are going to continue with the workplace psychology, and we are going to study a very important concept in the psychology, which is the pyramid of needs, or Maslow's pyramid. Maslow 50 years ago or more had made this assumption that people needs or human being needs is on levels. It starts from the psychological need or physiological need, and then the safety needs, the social needs, the esteem, and then they reach the self-actualization where they can fulfill themselves and reach what they want to reach. But it starts with the physical needs, physiological or the physical needs. This applies for human beings in general, and in the workplace you find human beings. That's why you will find that this pyramid is applied. The manager has a role to fulfill this pyramid for his team. A team leader, manager, whatever, a group leader, supervisor, whatever you like the name is, it's not necessarily the title a manager, but anyone who is leading a team need to make sure that his team is fulfilling all these needs and in steps. You cannot say that I will provide them the safety and social needs and the physical needs or physiological needs is not provided. You cannot. It should be done step by step. They should have enough physiological needs satisfied, then they go to safety needs, social needs, esteem, and then the self-actualization. So to start with, we need to understand what affects all these needs and how they interact in the workplace. So the environment, in general, the definition of environment is someone's environment. It's all the circumstances, people, things, events around them that influence their lives. That's typical explanation or the translation or definition of from the Collins. That's typical definition from the Collins dictionary. Business, it is work relating to production, buying, selling of goods and services. So that's what is business about. It's selling, buying goods and services. That's what it says. So what's about environment of business, or business environment, as we say? Business environment, that's all the circumstances, people, things, events that influence the work that is related to production, buying, selling of goods and services. So in the workplace, we do some work that is affecting the production, the buying, the selling of goods and services. And we have environment in this workplace, or while doing this business, the environment is all the circumstances, the systems, the procedures, whatever we are having in the laws, the regulations, and so on. All this are inside affecting us, together with the people, with the things, with the equipment, with the environment, with the air, with the temperature, with the lighting conditions, with everything inside the workplace. That's the environment where we live and work. Okay, so that's, now we have the definition, so we can continue to the workplace. As humans, as I told you, we need to make sure that we follow the hierarchy of needs. Even if you are providing for yourself, you need to make sure that you have it step by step fulfilled, and then you cannot jump to the between steps, because otherwise it's like if you are building some building, you cannot start without the foundations, and if you start to build the first floor without making the good foundations, it will collapse after some time with any hard interaction from the external environment to you. Okay, so physiological needs or physical needs, that's simply the needs to drink, to breathe, to sleep, to rest. Sometimes while in the work we have some rush conditions, some deadlines and so on, so for maybe for a day or so we forgot about food, minimum food, we don't sleep, we keep working. In maintenance, I had experienced it several times that maybe for 36 hours continuously working and so on, minimum eating, minimum sleeping, no sleeping, minimum eating and so on, and continue working to solve a problem or to reach a deadline and something like that. But this cannot be everyday lifestyle. It cannot be the normal lifestyle, because after 10 years your team health will be deteriorated, their physical abilities will be deteriorated, their focus and their concentration will be deteriorated. So you will be losing your team, and mistakes and problems will start to increase. So the quality of the work, the quality of the maintenance, the mistakes, the errors and so on will increase in the workplace, and that's not what you need. You need to make sure that your team have enough sleep, have enough rest, have enough eating, enough drinking, enough breathing. The environment condition is suitable that they can breathe. They can find something to eat. They can find something to drink. They can sit down and have some rest. You cannot schedule the work completely. If you have a job for 10 hours or 12 hours continuously, you can't make it one shot, one team working continuously for 20 hours, for 12 hours without having rest or eating or something like that. Sometimes in some critical conditions this happens, but it cannot be the norm. Otherwise you will face some problems with the team and they will deteriorate quickly. You will lose them with time, and maybe simply they leave the team or they leave the job because it's not fitting to their health and so on. So the second level, after you had provided them, make sure that they have enough rest and they have enough food and enough to drink. They have even, yani, maybe you don't provide, depends on the culture of your company, you don't provide them with the drink and food, but it's available, then they can get it, because they are not locked in a place without the ability to have some breathe, or to have some air to breathe, or some food, or to find something to drink, or something like that. Okay, so that's the first step. If you manage to succeed that they have enough of the physical needs, then you move to the next step. The next step is the safety and security needs. Safety and security needs, you need to make sure that the workplace where they work is safe. What do I mean by safe? They are not afraid to have some accidents. They are not afraid to be hurt. And they are not afraid about their body. It will be hurt. It will be affected with radiations, with chemical fumes that will hurt their lungs. It's not affected with magnetic radiations or with whatever, with radioactive radiation or something like that. The inhalation, their eyes is protected. There is no dust. There is no harmful. So that's safe. They are safe. Also, safety of the equipment. They know how to make safe in the equipment. They know how to work the maintenance while they are in a safe position. Otherwise, they will be exposed to accidents and they will hurt the body, the physical body. The physical body is very important to maintain the work. So normally we defend our physical body. So you should make sure that they are safe while they are working, and they know how to assess the condition of the working and to make sure that they are safe while they're working, and they do not make their body suffer or make their body allow the body to be hurted. Okay, so feeling safe also and secure, it comes to the job security. So they are not afraid all the time that you will not be in need for them. They will be laid off or something like that. That's a part of the job safety and security. I'm not asking you as a team leader to jeopardize the company regulations or rules or whatever, but you should protect your team. You should provide for your team some safe environment that they can work and concentrate in their working. The third step, which is belonging and acceptance, and that's a very important item, because usually the maintenance team is a group in the workplace, and they are not the biggest group in the workplace, and they have interactions, and these interactions, sometimes it's anger, sometimes it's shouting, sometimes it's collaboration and whatever with the other teams, with the other teams of maintenance and with the other team of the operations, with other teams of the finance, of the projects, and so on. Usually it's not an easy relation with the maintenance team, because they have some difficulties in doing the work and the other teams have some over expectation. So to make sure that your team can do the work perfectly and they feel belonging and they feel accepted and they feel their own esteem and so on while they are working, you need to make sure that they are provided with enough training, enough tools. They have the capabilities to do the work, and if they don't have it, you will provide these tools for them. You provide this training for them. You provide this explanation for them. You will be with them. You will defend them if something wrong happens. You will explain why this happened, and you will explain the real capabilities and the real needs of some jobs. They are beyond the capabilities of the normal maintenance team, and you need to wait for some expert from outside, something like that. This does not undermine the capabilities of your team, but simply I didn't hire an expert in some special equipment like CNC machines or something like that. It's not part of my team. I need to wait an expert for CNC machines or for programming CNC machines and something like that, for the heavy equipment, for the big transformers in big substations, for whatever. You need some expert to solve it. So this does not mean that your team is not capable. It does not mean that you know their capabilities and what need to be provided from outside and what they can provide. Making sure that your team and all your team is having equal chance of learning and understanding and working and so on, you will be able to understand who are the people, or which members of the team can learn and grow, and which the members of the teams are just doers and they don't like to learn or upgrade themselves and so on. So you know where to focus and whom to protect. You need to protect and so on. Also, sometimes the problem is coming from inside the team due to some critics, some people who are critics inside the team. They are criticizing the other team members, and they play like judges. We understand and we know and so on. You don't know, you make it wrong, it should be done like this and so on. These people, you need to protect your team from your team or from those critics by simply, if they discuss with them openly, if they cannot change their behavior, you'll simply try to relocate them outside of the core of your team. So, some simple solutions then you need to make for your team is to make sure that your team can withstand the capabilities of the job. You need, when you are giving them some job, some tasks, and so on, you need to ask yourself, do they know what they need to do? Do they have the information enough to do? Is this work is safe? Is it there is available time to access the machine? Do they have the skills? Do they have the capacity to do the jobs? Maybe they are overloaded and so on. So you need to put some time for them. They have the correct tools. They can find the needed spares. Did you provide the needed spares? The purchase department provided the correct spares and so on, and it is properly stored, and they can access it in the store and find it available and so on. So you need to ask yourself these questions. Otherwise, you are putting your team in hard situation where they will fail in doing the job, and failing in doing the job they will feel rejected from the others, or not accepted from the others, or not let's just say they will not feel their worth inside themselves, because they are not feeling the success of the work they are doing, and the other teams also are not feeling this. That will increase the gap between them and between the other teams. So that's the need of socializing. They need to communicate in a good way with the other teams. They need to feel accepted. That's what I mean by socializing inside the team and with the other team. And that's how to apply the level of socializing or social connections or social needs with the team. Of course, we didn't reach to the crown of the pyramid. We still have the esteem and self-esteem, and we still have the self-actualization and how to feel esteem and actualization. We'll go to this in a coming video. If you find any of this is touching you, you can join our trainings on Udemy. You'll find the link in the description box. You can ask for our service consultancy or coaching services through Fiverr. You will find also the link in the description box. Join the channel, spread the informations, like our videos, and let's meet in coming videos with more insights from simple ways for maintenance.